Community policing is a term used by law enforcement to describe efforts to partner with the public to fight crime. One local man, however, has come up with his own version of community policing, but the police are not exactly embracing it. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us with more. Jess.
Alan, Shane Coyle can disguise his voice to sound exactly like a teenage girl, and he uses that to his advantage. He sets up meetings with men who think they're meeting young girls. Then when Shane Coyle shows up, he blasts the men live on Facebook for the world to see. And one of those men was from Bradenton.
All right, I'll be right there, sweetie.
Shane Coyle sets up a meeting with a man that he met online. Watch as he shows up at McDonald's to expose him, live on his Facebook page.
What's your name?
I did nothing wrong.
I know you didn't do nothing yet.
Okay.
The man freaks out.
Nothing. I'm not doing anything.
Is that the answer? I didn't even answer your question.
But Coyle calls him out.
You seem a little nervous. Why are you nervous?
The man admits knowing he was meeting a 16-year-old girl, but says he had no intentions on doing anything sexually with the teen.
This is a 16-year-old is a kid.
The man denies any ill will. Coyle's children are part of the reason why Coyle started this business, the ultimate decoy, in the first place.
Like when I'm face to face with a sexual predator, I picture my daughter, who's 12 years old, or my son, who's 4 years old, backed into a corner with this animal.
That and the comments that Coyle sees show up on Facebook.
See this one guy, and I don't want to say his name, but he was like 50-something years old, and he's hitting on a 16-year-old in my live feed.
So this is what Coyle does.
We'll state in a social media network site, it could be one of the many ones that you're probably thinking of right now, post an ad stating that we are a 16-year-old female or 15-year-old, whichever one, we decide to do, and just looking to hang out. That's all. Sometimes the ads just are that simple. 16-year-old female looking to hang out.
Coyle says the responses are mind-blowing.
We got 398 responses to an ad that we placed this morning just in New Tampa alone.
Then Coyle and his team will contact the men and plan to meet up. Meanwhile, documenting all of the chat conversations for police. Then Coyle will confront the men who show up, documenting the encounter live on Facebook. That video he also turns over to police. So what do police think about all of this?
Law enforcement is kind of a mixed good and bad for them. It's nice that citizens will report something of this going on, and they can then take it from there and do it properly through the criminal justice system. When people take this type of situation in their own hands, it's very likely they could destroy somebody's life.
But what Coyle is doing is a touchy subject. Law enforcement experts say there is a difference between confronting an alleged predator and entrapping them.
We all agree we don't need people like this out there being predators on this, but there could be more to the story. They're not getting true justice. It's street justice, if you want to call it, public shaming. And the thing is, what if they're wrong? You just ruined somebody's life.
It puts the person who is doing their version of community policing in possible danger. They could also wind up facing criminal charges of their own, say if the altercation gets physical or if the person they are confronting sues them.
Best I can do is suggest to people, if they have suspicion of anything like this, is to report it and let law enforcement work on it. But to go about to the point of public shaming, at some point it will backfire on whoever's doing it.
But that's a risk Coyle is willing to take.
We're going to be testifying against them. We're going to be, everything that we do is also liable to be held against us. We could be the reason. If we mess up, we could be a reason that some guy that just devastated the mind and body of a 12-year-old little girl or little boy walks free and does it to another child.
None of these videos have led to a court case, although Coyle suspects they will in the future. Coyle says he did turn the video of the man at McDonald's over to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. There haven't been any charges, though, filed against him. According to the public information officer for the Sheriff's Office, there are no known arrests that have resulted from Coyle's videos. But as law enforcement says, it's their active duty to look into all of them. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office does not condone what Coyle is doing.
Jess, thank you. And coming up, Shane Coyle is here, and so are some law enforcement experts. So meet me at the traffic.